Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today's reaction is going to be on Lux, the Lady of Luminosity. How I usually do my reactions is we take a look at the biography and story first, then we move on to any trailers or gameplay that we could take a look at for Lux. Then we'll look at her skins, the Fandom Wiki, and finally end off with the voice lines and special interactions. So Lux is somebody that we know like a decent amount about, but we don't fully we haven't done a deep dive on her just yet. We know, all the Demacian related stuff. We know her little bout with Silas and all of that, really. But, there's some other little things here and there that we definitely don't know the full story of. I have also seen her in the Warriors cinematic, of course. So, yeah, there's a lot more to Lux, I'm sure, that we just don't know the full story of. Okay, let's go ahead and just dive into it. And, of course, we're going to start with her biography here. The quote says, "The light inside is what makes me different, and I'm always careful where I shine it." Role as mage, region Demacia, of course, and related champions, we have Garen, Jarvan IV, and Galio. That all makes sense to me. Luxana Crownguard hails from Demacia, an insular realm where magical abilities are viewed with fear and suspicion. Able to bend light to her will, she grew up dreading discovery and exile and was forced to keep her power secret in order to preserve her family's noble status. Nonetheless, Lux's optimism and resilience have led her to embrace her unique talents, and she now seeks to bring greater tolerance and understanding to her homeland. Yeah, I feel like we've seen this kind of trope before in some other popular media, but basically like the whole, your family is a noble family and they hate like a certain thing, and then it turns out one of their family members has that certain thing, right? Like that's done before. I almost want to even say like Game of Thrones, but I'm not like picking up anything off the top of my head right now with Game of Thrones. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like that whole trope's been kind of done before. Luxana, or Lux as she prefers to be called, grew up in the Demacian city of High Silvermere, along with her older brother Garen. They were born to the prestigious Crownguard family, which had served for generations as protectors of the kings of Demacia. Their grandfather saved the king's life at the Battle of Stormsfang, and their aunt Tiana was named commander of the elite Dauntless Vanguard Regiment before Lux was born. Okay. Garen took to his family's role with fervor, joining the military when he was still little more than a boy. Lux, in his absence, was expected to help run the family's many estates, a task she resented even as a young child. Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to be doing that as a young child. She wanted to explore the world to see what lay beyond the walls and borders of Demacia. She idolized Garen, but railed against his insistence that she put her own ambitions aside. That doesn't sound like a very good brother, does it? To the endless frustration of Lux's tutors, who sought to prepare her for a life of dutiful service to the Crownguard family, she would question their every teaching, examine differing perspectives, and seek out knowledge far beyond what they were prepared for. Even so, few could find it in themselves to stay angry at Lux with her zest for life and intoxicating optimism. Okay, so while Lux was totally different than like the rest of the family, she didn't want to stay down this, this thing that she was basically born and bred for. She's like, oh, of course, I'm just going to have to continue what the family's doing. She wanted to do something different, but people couldn't stay mad at her because she was just kind of like a positive person all the time. That's cool. Kill people with kindness kind of thing, right? Little did any of them know a time of change was approaching. Magic had once brought Runeterra to the brink of annihilation, and Demacia had been founded as a place where such powers were forbidden. Many of the kingdom's folktales told of pure hearts turned dark by the lure of magic. Indeed, Lux and Garen's uncle had been slain by a rogue mage some years earlier, right? And there were fearful whispers, rumors from beyond the great mountains that magic was rising once more in the world, which it very much is. Riding home one fateful night, Lux and her horse were attacked by a ravenous saber wolf pack. In a moment of fear and desperation, the young girl let loose a torrent of magical light from deep within her, routing the beast but leaving her shivering in fear. Magic, the terror of Demacian myths, was as much a part of Lux as her Crownguard lineage. Interesting. So they just put it in like a brief few sentences here, but that's also usually how it's done in like some popular culture and stuff. But basically, like, her life is on the line, and all of a sudden these powers like erupt out of her, right? Fear and doubt gnawed at her. Would she become evil? Was she an abomination to be imprisoned or exiled? At the very least, if her powers were discovered, it would see the Crownguard name disgraced forever. With Garen spending more time away from High Silvermere, Lux found herself alone in the halls of their family home. Still, over time, she became more familiar with her magic, and her sleepless nights, fists clenched, willing her inner light to fade, became fewer and fewer. She began experimenting in secret, playing with sunbeams in the courtyards, bending them into solid form, and even creating tiny glowing figures in her palm. She resolved to keep it a secret as much as she could. So she was just like kind of training herself or like toying with it because she was like, it's not going to go away. So she just kind of kept it secret. When she was 16, Lux traveled with her parents, Peter and Agatha, to their formal residence in the great city of Demacia to witness Garen's investiture into the honored ranks of the Dauntless Vanguard. The city dazzled Lux. It was a monument to the noble ideals of the kingdom, with every citizen protected and cared for. And it was there that Lux learned of the Illuminators, a charitable religious order working to help the sick and the poor. Between her family's courtly engagements, she became close with a knight of the order named Kahina, who also taught Lux more martial skills, sparring and training with her in the gardens of the Crown Guard Manor. Okay, so Lux actually has some martial skills to her as well, not just like the mage stuff. Spending more time in the capital, Lux has finally begun to learn about the wider world, its diversity, and its history, which she wanted to learn from the get-go, it seems like, and her family really kind of just doesn't. She now understands that the Demacian way of life is not the only way, and with clear eyes, she can see her love for her homeland standing alongside her desire to see it made more just and perhaps a little more accepting of mages like her. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, we're essentially getting the one person in Demacia that is open to other people's views, essentially, because, you know, obviously everybody makes the joke when they see Garen of like, he's just like Demacia, because he can't open his mind to other people's viewpoints and diversity and all that stuff. So, I mean, that's kind of my whole thought about Demacia, just from what we've read in general, right? But Lux is the one Demacian. Well, I'm sure there are other Demacians, but the one prominent League of Legends champion in Demacia that we know of that is very more open. And, you know, she's also still fearful that other people will know she's a mage, even though everybody in Demacia hates mages. So, cool. I think this is a pretty good biography. Let's go ahead and move on to her story. All right, our story is called Last Light. The earthquake had struck Terbesia at dawn, the earth bucking like an unbroken colt and splitting apart in gaping fissures. Lux rode Starfire through the toppled ruin of the defensive Barbican, the 30-foot-high walls of sun-bleached stone looking like Noxian siege engines had bombarded them for weeks. She guided her horse carefully between fallen blocks of masonry, heading to where a makeshift infirmary had been set up within a blue and white market pavilion. Okay, so cool. She has a horse named Starfire. Pretty cool. The scale of the devastation was unlike anything Lux had seen before. Terbesia's buildings were crafted from hard mountain granite and Demacian oak, raised high by communal strength, and almost all of them had been completely destroyed. Dust-covered men and women dug through the shattered ruins with picks and shovels, hoping to find survivors, but instead dragged corpses from the debris. Entire streets had simply vanished into the many smoking chasms now dividing the town's districts. Wow, so this was just an earthquake and the devastation from it. I don't know if we've had like natural disasters like that happen. It's not like we've had a tornado occur in any of our other stories, so this is interesting. Lux dismounted as she reached the pavilion and pushed inside. She wasn't a healer, but she could fetch and carry or simply sit with the wounded. She thought that seeing the scale of the devastation would prepare her for the suffering within the tent. She was wrong. Hundreds of survivors pulled from the wreckage lay on woolen blankets. Lux heard mothers and fathers crying for lost children, wives and husbands clinging to their dead loved ones, and worst of all, bewildered, glassy-eyed orphans wandering lost and afraid. Lux saw a surgeon she recognized in a blood-stiffened apron washing his hands in a pewter bowl made her way toward him. Yeah, so basically she's getting traumatized right now. Surgeon Alzar, she said, tell me how I can help. He turned, his eyes haunted and roomy with tears. It took a moment for recognition to penetrate the fog of his grief. Lady Crownguard, said Alzar, giving a short bow. Lux, she said, please, what can I do? The physician sighed and said, truly you are a blessing, my lady, but I would spare you the horror of what has happened here. Spare me nothing, Alzar, snapped Lux. I am Demacian, and Demacians help one another. That's pretty cool. For her to like not turn away from her own people, even of being noble status and all of that, right? She still wants to help. So, of course, forgive me, my lady, said Alzar, taking a fatigued breath. Your presence will be a boon to the wounded. Alzar led her toward a young man lying stretched out on a low pallet bed near the back of the pavilion. Lux gasped to see the horror of his wounds. His body was broken, all but crushed by rubble, and his eyes were bound in bloody bandages. From his stoic refusal to show pain, she guessed he was a soldier. He dug a family from the rubble of their collapsed home, said Alzar. He rescued them, but kept looking for survivors. There was a second quake, and another building fell to the ruin on top of him. The rubble crushed his lungs, and shards of glass put out his eyes. Yikes, man. Dang. How long does he have? Asked Lux, careful to keep her voice low. Only the gods know, but his time is short, said Alzar. If he would stay at his side, it would ease his passing into the arms of the veiled lady. Lux nodded and sat beside the dying man. She took his hand, feeling her heart break for him. Alzar smiled gratefully and turned back to helping those he could save. I just want to roll back a little bit. Veiled lady in all caps. I'm probably a dummy right now for not knowing who they're specifically referencing. If you guys want to let me know in the comments, please. It's so dark, said the man, waking at her touch. Gods, I can't see. Steady now, soldier. Tell me your name, said Lux. It's Dothan, he said, wheezing with the effort. You're named for the hero of Dawnhold? Aye, you know the story? It's an old tally against the savages. Trust me, I know it well, said Lux with a rueful smile. My brother told it all the time when we were children. He always forced me to play the Freljordian Corsairs while he played Dothan, defending the harbor single-handedly against the Skinwalkers. Skinwalkers? Oh, God. I tried to be like him, said the young man, his breathing labored and his voice growing faint. A rivulet of blood leaked from beneath the bandage like a red tear. I tried to live up to my namesake. Lux held his hand in both of hers. You did, she said. Alzar told me what happened. You're a true Demacian hero. The lines on Dothan's face eased a little, his breath rattling in his throat as his strength began to fail. Why can't I see? Your eyes, said Lux slowly. I'm so sorry. What? What's wrong with them? Surgeon Alzar told me you have shards of glass in them. The man drew in a sharp breath. I'm dying, he said. I know that, but I should have liked to behold the light of Demacia one last time. Dude, this is sad. This is actually really sad. Lux felt the magic stir within her, but whispered the mantra taught to her by the Illuminators to keep it from rising too close to the surface. Over the years, she'd learned to better control her power, but sometimes when her emotions ran close to the surface, it was hard to keep the energies contained. And yeah, that definitely makes sense. When when your emotions and everything are high, like it's probably super hard to control your magic. She looked around and, satisfied no one was watching, placed her fingertips on the bloody bandage covering Dothan's eyes. Lux eased the numinous radiance of her magic down through the man's skull to the undamaged parts of his eyes. I can't heal you, she said, but I can at least give you that. He squeezed her hand, his mouth falling open in wonder as Demacia's light shone within him. It's so beautiful, he whispered. Wow, dude, this was a good one because it shows how compassionate I think Lux is, and I kind of knew that off the bat going into this, but it just really shows how much she cares. And I feel like even if, okay, let's say Lux was in Bilgewater, or Lux was in Irelia or something, right? And an earthquake or some natural disaster happened and she was there, I think she would absolutely do this for even somebody else that wasn't a Demacian, because I think she's open to that and she just wants to heal and help people. I think that's like her overall, like just her goals in life. And I think, but yeah, this is just showcasing what she would do for even her own people. And yeah, she just gave this guy a little bit of like, I don't want to say hope, but she gave him like one last thing before he perished and died. So this was a really sad story, but it was also, it was just a good way of seeing Lux's ambitions and kind of like what her process is and going on in her head, you know. All right, people, so we're gonna start off with The Light Within, Elementalist Lux, this cinematic. I believe I watched it when we were going through all the League of Legends cinematics earlier this year, but I don't recall exactly what happens in this, and of course I've learned a lot more since we last watched this. So let's go ahead. 2.5 minutes long. I'm actually not sure what this is about. It's 7 years old.
Look within yourself. What do you see?
This is like probably right when Lux came out, I imagine, because she definitely don't look like that. She looks totally different, I feel like, now. What is that? I feel like that's supposed to be,
a fading light.
I feel like that's supposed to be Malphite or something. I like the music in this.
Strengthened by fury.
Please don't copyright me.
Hardened by heat.
Yeah, this is supposed to be Lux, right? It says Elementalist Lux. Is that supposed to be Malphite? You guys let me know.
Search deeper now. What do you see?
Where is this as well? This probably obviously isn't like lore or like canon. This is just like a cool cinematic for Lux, maybe. She looks older here. Oh, okay. I remember this. She does her ult. See, I do know what her ultimate is because of like TFT. And I guess the warrior cinematic, because she does it in that, doesn't she?
Whatever you find, you must keep.
Whatever you find, you must keep.
Cannot fear what lies beneath.
I mean, she looks cool as hell here. Yeah, this is a pretty epic cinematic, I feel like. Oh, is your hair color changing? Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I like that better. I'm going to be honest. Don't get me wrong, I like the red, but... that's what we get? That's it?
Look
Okay.
within yourself. What do you see?
Look within yourself. What do you see? This is kind of a... That's a kind of a confusing cinematic. I'm going to be honest with you guys. What's going on with this cinematic here? The light within, Elementalist Lux. It feels like it's just out of left field, and I don't know what's going on with it. I want to see this last cool shot before it transitioned. Yeah, this is like her doing her ultimate. Obviously, I think it's in different color because the regular Lux, it's like super bright, like a sunbeam, right? And then, yeah, let me know if this is Malphite. And let me know what's going on with this cinematic. I guess, is Elementalist Lux just like a different version of Lux? I imagine that's probably what's going on here. But to do a whole cinematic for a different Lux is kind of interesting, I feel like. Overall, though, you know, good cinematic. It's a little bit older. You can tell, like, the animation, like the figures and everything like that. They're definitely a lot better nowadays, I feel like. But yeah, this was still a good cinematic. Let's move on. All right, everybody, just as a reminder, we're not going to do the Warrior cinematic because I have already reacted to that in my other, you know, like League of Legends cinematic videos. Plus, I don't want this one to get copyrighted because I'm sure it probably will. Anyway, moving on, we do have this one. It is Lux Binding Light League Animation Workshop. It's only a minute and a half, but it popped up when we looked up Lux on YouTube, and I figured let's take a look. Not sure what it's going to be about. Okay. This is, I feel like, Lux messing around with light when she first got her powers. That's what I kind of imagine. And she's also, you know, still hiding it. Now, is this a cinematic that just never happened? Because I don't recall anything like this. That's cool. That's when she starts, like, floating. Very cool that she wears armor, too. Like, the armor looks good on her. Looks sick. Oh, okay. What's with the music? Please don't copyright me on this one either. Okay. Got some wub-wubs in here. Is that her horse, Starfire? I just think of the Teen Titans Starfire when I think of the Starfire, though. Okay, we're getting flashbanged here. Well, I kind of just want to add that song to my playlist now. Okay, that was what's going on here with that one? That one was a kind of a random. I guess they've done some other League Animation Workshop here videos that I guess I haven't seen before because I technically have not reacted to either of these or any of these League of Legends champions yet. We haven't gotten to Miss Fortune, Zed, or Darius, so it looks like they did some of those as well. Okay, I don't know what these are. If you guys have a little bit more insight on the League Animation Workshops, maybe it's just like their little concept ideas that don't come to fruition into like a full cinematic, and they just, you know, think, you know, why don't we just upload it anyways because it's kind of like a cool thing for the community to see, right? That's my take on what we just watched. Okay, everybody, so we do have the champion spotlight for Lux, but it is about 13 years old. So Lux is very old, older than I thought she was. And it's 6 minutes long. We're going to look at it. I'm sure this has probably been I don't think she's been totally reworked. I haven't heard that anyways. But if she has been, let me know, guys. I definitely know what her ult is. And I think maybe some other things. I'll have to see what she does in this gameplay spotlight from 13 years ago. But let's listen. And we'll skip some of the other stuff they used to do like 13 years ago if it's too old. And again, remember, this is old League of Legends here. So
League of Legends Champion Spotlight.
Video is also
Lux,
not going to be as good quality.
Luminosity, with special guest Shirelia, Lux's designer.
Oh, cool.
Lux is a caster with a support emphasis. She specializes in controlling the battlefield.
That's pretty much what
with
she
the
still looks
constant
like.
threat of her crowd control abilities. She is similar to Morgana in playstyle, although her focus is more on her control and support aspects.
Okay, control and support.
Lux's Q ability is Light Binding. Light Binding is a linear skill shot that snares up to 2 targets and deals damage to them. The secondary target only receives half of the damage and half of the snare effect.
Cool. I think we'll double check to make sure these are still her abilities.
Ability. It is a boomerang type skill shot that fires out to its maximum range and back. Any allies hit by the ability receive a damage shield, and the damage shield can refresh when the boomerang returns, shielding up to 2 times the damage.
Wow,
Lux
okay.
also
These seem pretty good
receives the
abilities
shield
so far.
upon casting and when the projectile returns. Her
Very
E
nice.
ability is Lucent Singularity. It is a great utility spell for controlling the battlefield.
I think I've
Lux
seen
throws a ball of
these
light to an
abilities in
area,
game
which
for sure.
slows all enemy units around it. After 5 seconds, the ball detonates to deal damage. You can also cancel the ability early to deal the damage faster.
Oh,
This
okay.
ability is also great for scouting, as it provides a vision bubble around it when it's active.
I don't know if I've seen that ability. That one might not be in game anymore. I don't
Lux's
know. We'll
ultimate
double check.
spell is Finalis Funkeln, also known as the Mega Death Laser.
Mega Death
It is
Laser.
a long-range skill shot, however, it is not global.
Yeah, I know that one.
After gathering energy, Lux fires a beam of light that instantly fries all enemy units in its path. One
Fries
thing to
them.
note is this ability instantly deals damage when it fires,
Mm.
and has no traveling time.
Oh,
It's on a
no
short
travel
cooldown,
time.
so feel free to use it frequently.
Very instant.
Lux's
Cool.
passive, Illumination, causes all of her damage-dealing spells to charge the target with energy. Lux can activate the energy on the target with a normal attack to deal extra damage.
Okay.
Correctly utilizing Lux's passive is crucial to maximizing her damage.
Cool. It's good passive.
My runes are very standard.
All right,
Magic
yeah, see, we're not going to look at the runes or anything like that. I don't even know. Runes aren't even a thing anymore, right, guys?
Since Lux doesn't have any hard escape abilities, let's talk about juking.
Okay, so we're not going to look at any like the strategy stuff here. Let's go actually look at the abilities page and see if the abilities page and everything is still roughly the same. All right, guys, here we are. It says difficulty is moderate. I actually thought she'd maybe be like an easier one, but maybe not. Okay, so the passive is still Illumination here. It says Lux's damaging spells charge the target with energy for a few seconds. Lux's next attack ignites the energy, dealing bonus magic damage depending on Lux's level to the target. Okay, still the same. We have a light binding. Yep. Lux releases a sphere of light that binds and deals damage to up to 2 enemy units. And then prismatic barrier, still the boomerang thing. Okay, so it looks like her abilities totally have not changed. You know, obviously League of Legends has just been updated and looks better now. Lux throws her wand and bends the light around any friendly target it touches, protecting them from enemy damage. And then we have a Lucent Singularity. Now, has this changed? It says fires an anomaly of twisted light to an area which slows nearby enemies. Lux can detonate it to damage enemies in the area of effect. No, still exactly the same. So cool. You know, that makes sense that they haven't done like a new champion spotlight for her because obviously still old game. They could probably update it if they wanted to, but you know, why do that, especially when there hasn't been like a rework for her. And then of course her ultimate Final Spark. After gathering energy, Lux fires a beam of light that deals damage to all targets in the area. In addition, triggers Lux's passive ability and refreshes the illumination debuff duration. So yeah, I just know about Lux's ultimate quite a bit because of mostly TFT, because, you know, there's been some, like in previous seasons when I used to play, there would be like builds around just buffing up Lux and putting 3 items on her and just having her use her ultimate like crazy, right? Because it did so much damage, you know, things like that. And then of course you get to see it in the Warrior cinematic. I'm almost 100%, unless that's just her like summoning in Galio during that cinematic, but I thought she used her ultimate there. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I've just totally seen it before. And it's a very cool looking ultimate. And yeah, I just know it does a lot of damage. So cool. I think Lux seems like a fun champion. I guarantee there's got to be like some pros out there that definitely used her or still use her. I feel like Lux is probably one of the more popular champs, but I could be totally wrong. You guys let me know about that. Okay, so we do have the Lux Champion Showcase, I guess, for Legends of Runeterra. This is 3 years old, so this must have been like on launch of Legends of Runeterra, because I don't think they do trailers like this. You know, we usually get our typical Legends of Runeterra trailer where it shows the card in game and shows it being used. This doesn't look like it's like that at all. It's 1.5 minutes, and we're actually getting like an animated or cinematic here, right? So let's take a look. There she is, just standing like a badass. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Kamehameha. Oh, we are getting this. Okay, we just got like a cool little animation at the beginning. Lux stays safe. Okay, wait a minute. She's a 4/5, but see, yeah, they didn't show us what her card. Oh, it's so fast. Do we see it at the end? No. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to try to read Lux's card here. Give me a second. Okay, we got it. We had to pause at a direct spot. And I don't know if these cards change. Like, do they actually change the champions in Legends of Runeterra 2? That's actually interesting. I never thought of that. Anyways, so Lux here is a 6 mana 5/6. When I see you spend 6+ mana on spells, create a final spark in hand. Oh no, see, this feels like the level up version of Lux, or maybe they didn't have level ups yet in the game. See, like, I'm not sure with this trailer right now. I'm a little confused. With protective barriers. Okay, so she has barriers for that's like her thing. She's best when you cast spells. Yeah, that makes sense. She is a mage. As much as you can. She'd probably go in like a control deck or just some mid-range deck. After you spend 6 mana, she creates a spark, right? Oh, okay, so she does level up. Okay, is there an animation? That one was okay. It's just kind of her staff ringing and going in a circle. So that one was all right. So wait a minute. So she was something else beforehand. 6 mana 5/6. No, see, that's what she levels up to. I don't know. I'm confused. Whatever. Let's just keep it going. Barriers would be super annoying for sure. I remember that being a thing in Hearthstone. I think shield. Yeah, you could like put shields on people. Not so much a thing in Magic the Gathering, but okay. Of course, I want to hear from you guys about Lux in Legends of Runeterra. How good is she? Okay. Yeah, see, this one, they've definitely honed in on how their trailers for Legends of Runeterra are. They're totally different now. I think they've got it down to be a little bit better than this one. I do like this little animation we got at the beginning, but they probably were trying to hype up Legends of Runeterra, right? So they wanted to put a little bit of more cool stuff into the game or into their trailers, so they added this little cinematic at the beginning. It sounds like it's Saber Wolves from what we read in her biography. That would be my guess, is she's getting attacked by Saber Wolves. It wouldn't make sense that it would be Warwick or anything like that, right? But yeah, that would be my guess. So there you go. I got some lore out of this, is her being attacked by Saber Wolves in this animation. Very cool. All right, guys. So let me know if I'm doing this wrong. But we have Elementalist Lux login screen. That's what comes up when I look up Lux specifically, is just champion theme login screen. This is the one that comes up from 7 years ago, just like with our cinematic for Elementalist Lux. I see that this has a crap ton of views, 3.5 million. It's also a 3.5 minute long song. That's longer than usual. So this one must be pretty hype. So I'm pretty excited to get into it. And I'm pretty sure I'm not doing the wrong login screen for Lux. So let's go ahead and give it a listen. Here we go. Ooh, I like that change. I'm loving the piano already. Ooh, dude, the change in the background here is really cool. She's looking at us. I feel her looking at my soul. I'll do the piano and the orchestra right now. I feel like we don't get piano a lot in some of our theme songs here. Got the background choir. Oh, dude, okay. There's something magical about this one right now. This one feels like I don't want to put down some of the other themes, but this one just feels special. Dude, listen to this. Listen to this, like the harmony of all the different things coming together. The voice is beautiful. Also very fitting music, I think, for her. It's very, like, glorious music. Oh, whoa. The drums, though? What the? Okay, here we go. Okay, what is this song? Hold on. Yo, this is like some epic I feel like it's like epic, like Dark Souls or Elden Ring type music that you would have for like a boss fight or something. Instantly makes you feel like a badass, I feel like. I mean, I say it pretty much every time, guys. Riot Music Department. I hope you're paying them well, man. This is okay. This is up there. This has to be one of my faves so far. Ooh, what is that? What does that mean? What is that there? The little do 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 do. It sounds electronic. That sounded like electronic something. Just like a synthesizer or something. I don't know. All right, we still have a little bit more. Slowing it back down. When it fully started going with the drums, man, that was insane. I feel like this would be in like Final Fantasy music too. Oh man, these strings right now. I wish I knew how to play violin or something, guys. Or piano or something. Dude, the singing with the strings. I can't even tell if there's piano anymore. I feel like the piano's gone now. I feel this music is beautiful, honestly. Wow. Wow. That is all I can say about this. Wow. That was seriously incredible. That was an incredible login screen. Oh my God. I don't want to go off the bat and say it's my favorite. I'd have to re-listen to some of the other ones I really, really liked, but this one was seriously incredible. Holy crap. And I don't know how the login screens were back then, 7 years ago, if any of them were even comparable, but I can see why when this one dropped, that people went nuts about it, because this was insanely well done. The composition, the harmony of all the strings and the piano, and then the drums coming in and the choir or whatever it was in the background singing, so incredibly good. I got nothing else to say about it. You guys let me know in the comments your thoughts on this, or if you were around when this dropped. I know a lot of you are like some veteran League of Legends players, so if you were around and playing the game when this dropped, let me know how hype you were when you first listened to this, because if you were as hype as I am right now, like yeah, I'm right there with you. This was a pretty incredible login screen. All right, everybody, it looks like we have 20 skins for Lux to take a look at. That's a lot. I don't know if that's the most skins we've had for a champion so far, but it is definitely probably top 3 in terms of the amount of skins that we've taken a look at. Since we have so many skins though, guys, I will again usually do my top 3 favorite ones when we go through this, but I'm going to go a little bit like quick fire, I think, here. I'm going to be like, if I like it or not, we'll say it, we'll move on, all right? So the original skin, I think it's fine, but I definitely know there's going to be some pretty cool skins coming up. Okay, so we have Sorceress one. This one's okay. You know, again, this is early on in her design and everything, so these are probably just going to get crazier and crazier as we go on. Let's move up. Spell Thief. Oh, I actually really like this one because I kind of like the hood and the leather color and then the blue and everything. I actually really like Spell Thief. Commando. Okay, this looks really stupid. I could view the 3D model, but I'm not even gonna waste my time. Watch that one turn out like really good in game. I have no idea though. Imperial. Okay, this is giving like I guess what's his name from M. Bison, I think, from Street Fighter, and it's also giving more Noxus vibes than Demacia. Now we have Steel Legion. This is like it feels kind of old school. She's wearing like metal armor and then she's got like a metal staff. It's okay. The helmet looks a little goofy though. Okay, and then we finally have the Star Guardian one. Ooh, okay, so Star Guardian skins, I think I pretty much enjoy most of them, if not all of them, to be honest with you. I think this is, again, another good one for the Star Guardian roster. No complaints, but let's see what we have later on. Now we have Elementalist. Okay, so again, Elementalist Lux is what I ended up watching like the login screen for, and we had a whole Elementalist Lux cinematic. This is very cool looking. Oh, let's look at it in game too. Yes. Okay, and I like all the different, so there's dark. Okay, Elementalist Lux. And you know what's actually cool about this? Is they all have their own different look to them instead of just being a different color scheme. Elementalist Lux, gonna go in the top 3. Hopefully it doesn't get knocked out by these skins up ahead though. Lunar Empress. Oh, dude. There's something about the gray or white hair that I just really, I don't know. I like it, okay? And look at her freaking staff here. What the heck? Is it like dragon heads? That looks really cool. Or maybe it's like a wolf head. I'm not sure. All right, let's look at it in game here. Yeah, dude, it looks really good. See, this one is an example of like it's kind of just a color change versus the Elementalist Lux was obviously different theme and everything like that. Okay, Lunar Empress, very good. I'm hesitant to put it in the top 3. I know there's going to be some really good ones. Now we have Pajama Guardian. Okay, Pajama Guardian's okay. I think, I forget who else had the Pajama Guardian. We had a Pajama Guardian person recently come up in the skins. I think it's okay. It's not my favorite. Now we have Battle Academia. I know Battle Academia, I think, is like a very popular skin set for a lot of people, and I think it looks really good. What's the next one? It's the Prestige version. Okay. Battle Academia looks cool. I'm loving all the colors and everything for it. But, you know, I always compare Battle Academia to Star Guardian because, you know, kind of similar outfits, just different color vibes and everything like that. I think it's good. Let's continue on. So far, I'm just going to keep Elementalist in the top 3. Dark Cosmic. Oh, all right. If you guys have watched my previous videos, and I hope you guys have been watching my previous reaction videos, these Cosmic ones are some of my favorite because of the artwork and because of in-game. Now, I'm not seeing a 3D model here, so I will actually take a look at this one. Oh, and we didn't get flashbanged here, so this is very nice. Yeah, okay, Dark Cosmic, this looks really good. Oh, you can even change, like, what they're doing. We could have, I don't know, let's have her dance, I guess. Yeah, Dark Cosmic is going in the top 3. I don't know, there's just something about the aesthetic of the Cosmic stuff for me that I personally like. So it might not be for everybody, but the Cosmic skins are definitely my favorite. Oh, that's Dark Cosmic, and then here's regular Cosmic. I'm going to go with the Dark Cosmic because I like the purple colors a little bit better than the blue. And I'm not even going to look at the model. I'm probably going to like this purple a lot better. Next, we have Space Groove. So Space Groove looks really cool in the artwork, but let's look at the model. It's going for like, I don't know, like a retro, but like futuristic space, like girl kind of vibe, I guess. I don't know what. So the staff is pretty cool. I like that it's like this marble, bright marble color, and you can change the colors here. It looks really good. I personally like it. Man, Lux has a lot of good skins, guys, but I'm not going to put it in the top 3 yet. Let's move on. Porcelain. Okay, so the porcelain skins are pretty cool. I do like those. We watched the cinematic for that with like Ezreal and stuff. Okay, besides the first one, I don't know. The color schemes for it kind of aren't my favorite. Like this one's okay. Like some of them just don't work as well, right? And wait, what is the staff? Is it a frog? No, it's a bunny rabbit. Okay, very cool. I do like the staff. I like the staff choices that they're doing. They're making them all pretty unique and pretty different. You know, you can't just look at just what the clothes they're wearing. You actually look at the weapon and stuff. And I think the weapon choices that they've done so far with the staff are pretty cool. But nothing's like wowed me yet. All right, next we have Soul Fighter. Ooh, okay, so this is pretty recent. Yeah, this is 2023. I remember the Soul Fighter event was not that long ago. And yeah, it's going with obviously like, it has like the Borderlands kind of style artwork. But then obviously, I guess it's probably just going, there's probably another fighter game that has that kind of style too. I can't think of, maybe King of Fighters. I don't know. It's okay to me. Like the artwork is cool. I think the staff is also just okay. I do like the colors. I like the orange jacket with like the purple. I think it actually works pretty well. But again, it's not my fave. Let's keep going. This is just a Prestige Battle Academia 2022. I guess it was updated. Then we have Prestige Porcelain. Ooh, I actually think I like these colors better than the other porcelain ones. Yeah, there's something really cool about like adding in the gold flare here. And I do like the darker hair actually in this case. And last but not least, we have Empyrean. Ooh, okay, so this is kind of like the closest thing there is to like a Project Lux almost. I think we've had some Empyrean skins that I've looked at in the past that maybe just didn't make it in the top 3. Man, this doesn't even look like Lux, but she looks kind of like cyberpunkish with the helmet and everything. It looks pretty cool. The staff isn't as like crazy as I think they possibly could have gone with the staff, but I'm loving all the like futuristic neon type colors here fusing together. and like with this futuristic, I want to say like a motorcycle. Like I imagine Lux on a motorcycle with this helmet just riding around like in Cyberpunk or something. This is a bold choice, I feel like. This is one of my faves, I think. I do like a lot of the other skins, so don't hate me. I know there's probably some Lux watchers right now. They're like, oh, you didn't put Battle Academia and you didn't put Star Guardian. That's crazy. Or Lunar Empress. Oh, see, Lunar Empress was really good too. But yeah, guys, these are going to be my top 3. Again, I don't want to stay here forever because there's so many skins. But my favorites, not in any particular order, are going to be Empyrean. I do like Dark Cosmic. And then way back here, I did like Elementalist. Again, Elementalist I think is very cool. Even though it's an older skin, it's like 7 years old now. The fact that it has so many different looks to it is very awesome. And obviously you can see here, it's one of the more expensive ones with 3,200 RP to buy it. That makes sense. She probably has some voice lines with that, of course. And then all the different looks for it, I feel like makes it actually worth purchasing that one. Okay, we do always have a little bit of trivia here on the skins page. Let's see. It says Luxana comes from the Latin word for light, lux. Cool. Lux's ultimate has had 3 names, all referencing Marisa Kirisame from Tuhu Project. I didn't know that. Okay, it had 3 different names. It had Finales Funkin? I don't know what that is. Infinite Light, and then it had Final Spark. Final Spark also references Final Flash by Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z when I was younger. The Lady of Luminosity might come from Luminance Frohlin, an ability named during production. Okay, so there's a lot of German, I guess, with the initial picks here. Lux, Ezreal, and Katarina are the only champions to be visually redesigned between being announced and being released. Oh. Lux's was conceived by NA summoner Catertot, aka Katie Tea Time de Sousa. I don't know who that is, but cool. Lux and Garen is one of 7 pairs of sibling champions. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if I can understand that these people are all siblings and not be surprised all of a sudden. Okay, the others being Cassiopeia and Katarina, I knew that. Kayle Morgana, Nasus and Renekton, Yasuo and Yone, Darius and Draven. I don't think I necessarily was 100% that they were siblings, but okay, Darius and Draven and Vi and Jinx. Okay. Though not a pair, Anivia, Ornn, and Volibear are also siblings. We knew that. And then the ward skin, Luminosity Ward, is her classic staff. Very nice stuff. All right, guys, of course, before we move on, please let me know what your favorite skins for Lux are in the comments. All right, everybody, we're taking a look at her Fandom Wiki next. And of course, we're going to be skipping all like the early life stuff and just like the beginning stuff. So we're going to start off with the meeting Silas, actually, because it's been a very long time since I've done my Silas reaction. And I want to see if there's a little bit more extra info in here, maybe. And then we'll read the rest of it, of course. Okay, so meeting Silas. Lux stayed with Garen in Demacia and over time helped him maintain order in the city. However, one day Garen chased a mage girl who was escaping. Garen managed to immobilize her and arrest her, which made Lux very uncomfortable. Lux discovered that the woman had a spell book which she used to practice her magic. Realizing the number of confiscated magic books, she decided to use her family influence to enter the place where all those books were to investigate if anyone could help control their powers. After not having found anything useful, she decided to take a walk around the place where she found an entrance she did not know. 2 guards tried to stop her, but she said it was a crown guard and they let her pass. Accompanied by a guard, she discovered that it is the place where they lock up mages. She felt quite surprised and at the same time somewhat horrified to learn what she would be sent there if she was discovered, but she went ahead and saw that all the mages were forced to drink a liquid which weakens their powers. Lux asked why they didn't just exile them, but the guard responded by telling her that sometimes exile wasn't enough punishment. As they walked, Lux saw a large door that caught her attention. The guard told him not to enter since Silas of Dregborn was there, one of the most dangerous criminals in Demacia. Okay, so yeah, they didn't go into more detail or anything about it, but essentially, you know, she's looking for books to help her learn more about magic and stuff just in general. She finds out there's locked up mages. That's how she discovers Silas. Okay, it says recent events, Mage Seeker. After her powers were discovered, Lux was forced to flee Demacia, but not wanting to go with Silas, she found her own mage's refuge in which she would shelter mages who did not want to get involved in the Civil War. This is actually an aspect that I'm pretty interested in Riot developing a little bit more. I don't know if they're waiting for the MMO, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, the whole Silas, Demacia, and like Lux and all that, like this whole war that's going on between the mages and Demacia. Okay, so appearance. Lux is a short, pale-skinned young woman with big blue eyes and shoulder-length large golden blonde hair, on top of which she always wears a dark blue headband. While she generally wears typical Demacian noble attire in public, she's primarily seen in armor with a silver-white breastplate and skirt, dark blue leggings covering her legs and arms, white-heeled boots to match her skirt and breastplate. When Lux uses her magic, her eyes can sometimes change from blue to bright gold. Okay, that's a note I didn't that I don't think I knew. Personality. Lux presents an energetic and optimistic disposition, being happy and finding humor all the time. However, in more serious situations, Lux's facade drops and she turns out to be constrained and worried about her magic and being found out. She wishes for mages to be accepted in Demacia and opposes the Mage Seeker's prosecution of them just because of their powers, sympathizing with Silas for being unfairly imprisoned. When he betrayed her and started the rebellion, Lux saw him as the danger he truly was, though since the rebellion, she has decided to help innocent mages secretly escape Demacia and join Silas's camp, since being under his rule would be better than being trapped in a nation which saw them only as criminals. Yeah, and I feel like that's probably a hard thing for her to do, but she's like, I can't have just innocent people, because she is one of those people, just be locked up. She doesn't think it's right. So she is probably helping them escape, and whatever choices they make after they're let go is their choice, right? All right, let's look at abilities. Magic-born physiology. Lux is an individual born with natural magical ability, which she has shown to struggle controlling, mainly for the lack of proper training due to Demacia's prejudice towards mages. She has gone through progression, being already powerful enough to awaken Galio the Colossus. That makes me think, like, what if Lux had proper training? Because she's already pretty powerful in my mind. Light magic. Lux can wield the light as a conduit to her magic powers, including the following abilities. Bioluminescence. Lux is capable of making her whole body or parts of it shine, since whenever she gets nervous, her hands start to glow. Light solidification. She can solidify the light to create bindings or shields for herself and her allies. And then light control. Controlling the strength of her light from small sparkles to massive blasts of light. She can concentrate to create various types of lights or make herself invisible. I didn't know she could make herself invisible, but that makes sense. If you can manipulate light, that would make sense that you can go invisible. Telekinesis. Lux also has some telekinetic abilities, being able to levitate both herself and her staff with her mind alone. Horseback riding. Like most Demacian nobles, Lux was taught how to ride a horse. She rides her personal horse named Starfire. And then weapons. Mage staff. Lux has a cane with which she can channel her magical powers with, the appearance deriving from a cane with a double tip of metallic blue and gold or silver and black in color. All right, the more exciting part here is relations. So starting with family, Lux is the youngest in noble family Crown Guard, born with magical abilities she keeps hidden for fear of being executed or exiled from Demacia. Lux feared of what could happen if her older brother Garen found out about her powers. Their uncle was killed by a mage, an event that made Garen show magic users both zero tolerance and no mercy. She believed their mother was the only one who knew. However, she had no idea that Garen and their aunt, Tiana, had realized that she was a mage several years earlier and were thinking of ways to protect her. Although they are aware of her power, they were somewhat in denial of Lux being a mage herself. After the events of the Lux comic, Lux got Garen to verbally acknowledge that she was a mage. The two parted ways on good terms. Okay, wait a minute. I forgot that there was a Lux comic. Yeah, so it looks like in that comic, Lux got Lux got Garen to verbally acknowledge that she was a mage. So that's what happens in the comic. So Garen does know. Her family basically knows, but Garen isn't going to just go after his sister. Garen and Luxana's father, Peter Crownguard, was a defender during the failed Noxian assault nicknamed Cyrus's Folly. This is likely referring to the same Cyrus who conquered the port city Basilic, which also happens to be the hometown of Darius and Draven. Okay. That's some old history info there. Okay, Galio is somebody we have not reacted to. He's been mentioned a couple times, though. We will eventually get to that champion. Galio deems Lux the only mage he likes. You, young girl person, can you stay and accompany me wherever I go? That looks like it is a voice line of his. And the one that can help him attain prolonged animation periods longer than a single battle. Lux was apparently the first person to have a conversation with Galio when she was 13 years old, but he first became aware of her when her family made a pilgrimage to see him when she was a toddler. During the events of Warriors, Lux would make an appearance during Silas's attack with the Winter's Claw on a northern fortress, which Garen and his soldiers had retreated to. When things were going badly for the Demacians, she openly reveals her magical power to call for Galio's help, which rallied Garen and his men. Yeah, so I was wondering the impacts of that. So she openly uses magic amongst other Demacians, not just Garen, in that video. Illuminators. Lux was introduced to the Illuminators by Kahina, Sona's adoptive sister. Now, who are the Illuminators? Interesting. If you guys have more info on that, let me know. Silas. Lux met Silas when he was in prison. They developed certain bonds during their exchange. While Lux brought him food and books, Silas taught her how to control her power. Later, Lux was manipulated and used by Silas to escape Demacian imprisonment after he learned about the property of Petricite thanks to her. Silas genuinely cares about Lux, but will not hesitate to harm her if she stops in his way. Lux, in turn, is also ready to stop him if necessary. Lux was intended to marry Jarvan the Fourth Light Shield as suggested by her brother Garen and her aunt Tiana in order to gain political immunity that would protect her of any controversial accusations that would otherwise damage her and her family's reputation in Demacia. That's weird that that was put in the Silas paragraph, but yeah, I didn't know that. So they were trying to do like a marriage thing to give her immunity because they're afraid of her being, discovered as a mage and yada yada. Interesting. Nocturne. Nocturne terrorized the Demacian settlement of Fossbarrow until Garen and Lux expelled him from the neighboring tomb. Nocturne was sealed in the grave of their great-grandfather, Faustian, who died during the fight versus him before a young mage named Luca accidentally woke him up. Oh, wow. Okay, so I know Nocturne is being reworked, I believe, here in the near future, so I wonder if that lore will stay canon or not. And of course, we have a little tiny trivia. She's around 20 years old. She was 19 years old during the events of For Demacia and later the Lux comic. She turned 20 at some point after the events of the comic. She was 16 years old when her brother joined the ranks of the Dauntless Vanguard, and she was 13 years old during the events of Flesh and Stone. Now, I wonder how old she is now. I mean, it's been a couple years since the comic, right? Lux's radiant staff was given to her by a mage woman named Sim, but she saved during the events of the Lux issue 5. And then Ezreal has fallen unrequited in love with her. However, Lux barely knows him. We do know this from our Ezreal reaction. Zoe sees Lux as a rival since she has a crush on Ezreal. In the old lore, Lux and Ezreal were strongly hinted to be dating. They are hinted to also have feelings for each other in alternate universes like Star Guardian and Battle Academia. Oh man, I feel bad for Ezreal. In all the other universes, bud, you guys might actually be dating, but in the canon League of Legends lore, man, she doesn't even know who you are. All right, guys, that was fun. Let's finally move on. We have the voice lines and special interactions next. All right, everybody, we're going to do the Legends of Runeterra special interactions first with Lux. This is a Skin Spotlights videos, but it's not, they didn't put chapters on this, so I'm going to kind of have to like look around for all the Lux lines here. I'm excited to get into these.
Demacia!
Wait.
Demacia!
Wait, they did that
What
wrong.
Justice.
And all things bright.
Oh, wait, maybe not.
Careful, Lux.
I can take care of myself.
Okay.
Confine and contain.
You
Mage
don't know
Seeker.
what you're doing.
This place reeks of foul magic.
Yeah, these are people looking for mages, right?
Rude.
Stand back. I'll contain the threat.
Who's the threat here?
Ooh.
Magic corrupts Demacia from within.
Your Demacia's nothing like what I know.
There you go, Lux.
We'll save Demacia
Sassy.
from magic.
Demacia doesn't need saving.
There you go, Lux.
If I were your mother,
There's the ant.
What a shame you aren't, Auntiana.
Ha!
you must learn to fight.
That was funny.
We are crown guards.
Someday you'll understand my path.
There you go.
A duelist is poised,
Fiora.
composed, precise.
I've never heard
Bright
Fiora talk.
and sharply focused.
Okay.
I knew I shouldn't trust you.
I could have told you that.
Yeah, right.
The world can be a
Lucian?
dark place.
Guess
Yeah.
I better bring more light.
Doesn't
That's
all
a
that
that's a good response for her to what he's saying there. 100%.
Not all magic is evil.
Yes.
Don't waste my time.
Okay, dude.
the world
That's it's like a boomer and a zoomer having a conversation, I feel like.
Stay safe, milady.
Uh-huh.
Mages are everywhere.
Oh, don't you worry about me.
Okay, that's a good response. That was funny because she's like, yeah, you're kind of talking to one, but yeah.
My shield is yours.
Okay.
Demacians protect each other.
Okay.
I've got your back.
Not
Bring
if you're a
them home
mage, they don't.
safely. New recruit
Cithria.
reporting in. New here? I'll light the way.
Okay.
I'm actually here. Welcome. There's so much to see.
She's going to have a lot of lines just related to light, isn't she?
Where are you?
Victory?
Would it help if I apologized? Did
I
you win? The
feel like that
superior
was
tactic
sarcasm.
is to never give up.
Hmm.
There's always a light in the darkness.
There's our light.
Losing is just an opportunity to shine even brighter.
Okay. I like
As I
that.
expected.
Of course, that's going along with the lines of what they've told us so far is that she tries to be very optimistic as a person, right? All right, guys, so that's actually it according to this Skin Spotlight video. Skin Spotlights is usually very good about, putting in all the lines for Lux or all the lines for these champions. This video is a little bit older, 4 years old, so, that's like when Legends of Runeterra first came out. So I don't know if they've added in lines. You guys will have to let me know if they do that. So, like, if a new champion comes out, will Lux have an interaction with them? I don't know. So I don't know if they've added any more, but that's what we have so far for Lux's special interactions. Let's do some League of Legends ones. Hopefully there's a lot more there. I'm sure there are because, you know, she's so old in that game that I'm sure there's going to be tons of voice lines to listen to. Other than that, though, like, I mean, my overall consensus of this one is, yeah, she's very, you know, optimistic and lighthearted when it comes to, you know, the voice lines in this. And of course, she's a little angry and sassy at the Mage Seekers, which makes sense. And she has a little sarcasm there, which is cool. I keep forgetting everybody. So Lux is super old, right? 13 years old. So it does make sense that her special interactions video is actually only like 3 minutes because they probably just haven't done a lot of like voice line additional work for her whatsoever. Let's see what we get in these 3 minutes. It's going to be short, but hopefully sweet. So let's go ahead. And this is Skin Spotlights again, of course.
Are we supposed to be dating or something?
Oh.
We never even talked.
When they just showed Ezreal jumping off the map. Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man. What the? Okay. Killing any
Would it
champion.
help if I apologized?
Oh, we heard that one in Legends of Runeterra. Okay.
The light will guide you.
Hopefully these aren't going to be
Even
just
now.
repeats. That one was new.
Better dead than dumb.
I'm telling Garen.
That's a very like childlike response, right?
Run, you won't see me stab you.
I just got the joke. We're also concerned about what Demacia is. We forget to ask what it can be.
That's deep.
I
That's some
believe in
deep
you.
stuff.
Not just Demacia.
Okay.
With my magic and your anti-magic, there's nothing we can't accomplish.
And you are anti-magic. Interesting. I didn't know anything about Galio, so.
Being a hero kind of runs in the family.
That seems like it, right?
Talia, don't be afraid.
Don't be
You can.
Wait a minute. Well, guys, let me know if there's more to that than just her saying just don't be afraid. It's just like to say it. But maybe she's saying it because Talia's like young, or is there something more there?
Condemn what you don't understand.
That's true. That is exactly what they're doing.
Hey,
And that's something that happens in the real world too, let's be honest.
Sleepyhead, you come into the fight or what?
Hey, sleepyhead. Does Galio sleep a lot or something?
Sibling rivalry. This'll be fun.
Okay.
I'm a crown guard, but you wear the crown. You're a light shield, but I wield the light. But I mean metaphorically, Your Highness.
Oh, she almost outed herself there. That is kind of an interesting, you know, play on words there, I guess. Cool.
Cat and Garen sitting in a tree.
Oh.
And you better just be holding hands or I'm telling.
That's hilarious. Everybody knows that song, right? That's good.
You brought the sun to a light fight? That was probably a good choice, actually.
Yeah, probably the best choice.
I'm sure your wife forgives you for getting her soul taken by a remorseless creature of darkness.
There's the sarcasm that I like. I think that's hilarious that she has that sense of humor.
Demacia and Noxus are just lines on a map.
Dude, she has such a I don't know, she has a modern take on things, which is
Do you
just
ever
good.
charge into battle screaming, Noxus? Aw, too bad.
That'd be so funny if they did though.
Hey, Valor.
Wait, huh? Okay, so that was to Quinn. Does Valor have a bird? I don't know anything about Quinn lore-wise. I just know a little bit from like TFT, but okay.
I
Rise?
don't get runes. I mean, are spells really that hard to remember?
I think they might just be necessary
Sona, I'm your
for him.
biggest fan. I even know what an etwal is.
An etwal? What's an etwal? Let me know that one in the comments, everybody.
Does this make me a light weaver?
Okay.
Who do you
I
want to
understand
be
that
when
one.
you grow up?
I think maybe she's just talking to Talia like that because Talia must be young. I don't know anything about Talia other than like what she can kind of do with magic and stuff. But yeah, it must be like Talia is probably younger than her or around her same age, so she's talking to her that way. I
You
feel like.
know, you couldn't have shadows without light.
True. She's not wrong.
You look like you need a hug. But is it okay if I hold my nose?
That's awesome that she wants to give Twitch a hug. But I guess Twitch is stinky, isn't he? That's it? Ah. All right. So, I mean, my first complaint is going to be there's not enough. I know we're going to do her voice lines after this. Hopefully there's a voice lines video. I have yet to check, to be honest with you. I do like the difference of like how many different people she does have an interaction with. You know, it's a wide plethora of just random people. Not random, but you know, she has a voice line with Twitch, which I didn't think she'd have a voice line with Twitch. You know, Galio makes sense, Garen makes sense, Enoxian makes sense, Jarvan makes sense, Katarina because of the whole Garen thing. So these all do make sense to me. We didn't even see an Ezreal one in here besides that very first one. So I'm assuming that's maybe the only voice line that she has with him. I thought there was more when we watched the Ezreal reaction, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, my biggest takeaway with this, guys, is just, yeah, she has a sense of humor. It's very sarcastic. I like the sarcastic humor that she has. I think it's very funny and fitting for her character. It just adds a lot more, because if she did not have the sarcastic humor, I don't know if I'd like her voice lines as much, to be honest with you, because it'd just be too, like, whatever. But the sarcastic humor adds a lot for me personally. All of the voice lines pretty much made sense except, like, the Sona one. And then I guess you guys let me know a little bit more about Talia if there's anything going on there that I don't really know about. But yeah, other than that, guys, this is a very short amount of special interactions. I would love to have a lot more in here. Let's just move on to the voice lines and see if we get more. All right, everybody, it looks like there is not actually an additional voice lines video, which is kind of sucks, but I did realize from looking at YouTube videos that her voice was redone. So there was like an 11-year-old video of her original voice, and people in the comments were saying that the new voice was like the new stuff is all redone Lux. And so the people are saying they actually kind of liked the older Lux voices. But anyways, I'm going to do something else for you guys because it just sucks that there isn't any more. We're going to do the Elementalist Lux special interactions. This is actually pretty long at 16 minutes. So let's go ahead. Now, of course, this is all going to be like not canon technically to, you know, main league. But it's also going to have some stuff that I probably just won't fully understand. So if you guys want to give me some insight in the comments, please do so. All right, this is 7 years ago when the skin first came out. We like this artwork here. The song was fantastic. Do I need to skip ahead here? It looks like I do a little bit. All right.
Gold
Any
is one
form.
element everyone respects.
Yeah, I suppose,
Gold
yeah.
becomes goods. Basic economic alchemy. The one
about
element
alchemy.
I was lacking. Does this come in multiple colors?
Okay.
As a frequent shopper, shouldn't I receive a discount?
Dude, if that worked that way.
How much for 10 of these?
Damn. Destroyed her in any
The
form.
works of man cannot stand against the elements.
Okay, so we're gonna have a lot of elemental, because
Build in
isn't
harmony with
each
the elements,
yeah,
not
each
in
different
defiance.
version of Lux in this is like different element form or
The
something?
way forward is clear.
Okay.
Better dead than dumb.
Watch your tone.
Watch your tone, Katarina.
Dumb.
All these elements available, and you choose to be salty.
Okay, that was great. I love that one.
Better dead
You
than
choose to be
You've
salty.
got a bad attitude.
Dude, these are good.
Better
She's
dead
so
than
sassy.
dumb.
Think before you speak.
We love a little sass. I'm a little sassy myself.
Let's deny them the element of surprise.
Okay. Yo, I feel like you have to have
Use the surveillance
Elementalist
as
Lux in
elementary
game.
warfare.
Elementary warfare.
All the elements are now in place.
This is placing a ward, any form.
Vision helps me better protect those in need.
I wonder if there's going to be different voice lines for placing
Let's see
wards
what
in the
we've
other
been
forms.
missing.
Possibly, possibly.
Just doing my part.
Just doing my part.
Our enemies could be anywhere.
That's giving me Starship Troopers vibes. I feel like that might be a
The winds
reference.
of change are upon me.
Okay, evolving to air form. Okay, yeah, so we're getting different
Winds,
elements here.
Lift me to new heights.
Oh, and there's different voice lines for each
A
evolution.
tempest is born from the slightest whisper.
Wait a minute, how do you evolve to different forms in game
Feel
though?
that breeze.
Can you just change it in game?
Air.
Air.
I'll soar.
Okay, yeah, I'm really glad we're doing these voice lines.
You
These are
blew it.
much better, even though they're not canon.
Brought low by an ill wind. I
By
see
an
I've
ill
left you
wind.
breathless.
Ooh, you have Lux.
Snuffed out.
Kill a fire element in air form, okay.
When the bow breaks, a champion will fall.
This is interesting. There's a lot of combinations that could happen
You
here.
were a leaf on the wind.
We're a leaf on the wind.
The object is to bend, not break.
Mm.
Like chaff before the wind.
Oh, okay.
Like dust before the wind. They should have erred on the side of caution.
Okay, that's, yeah. I love skin spotlights actually telling you like what it's a pun. But yeah, that was a good
The
one.
wind sweeps through everything.
I like that we're gonna see all the different versions of this skin too. I'm
Better
excited.
keep a weather eye out.
There is different ward voice lines
Watch
for
the
each form
skies.
too. Very cool.
Fire!
All right, evolving to fire. Ooh,
Fiery! Nice.
fire and fiery.
I'm the new hotness.
I'm the new hotness.
Is it hot in here? Or is it just me?
Oh, okay. See, these voice lines are fantastic. I'm glad we're looking
like
at
a
this.
phoenix from the ashes.
Uh-huh.
You're toast. How was I to know flammable and inflammable meant the same thing?
Hold on, I have to pause. The toast one got me. All right, let's keep going.
Ashes to ashes.
These are really good.
You'll need more than aloe for that burn.
These are really good. They went
If
hard
you
on
can't
these.
stand the heat, stay out of the flame.
Okay, okay. Oh, they didn't want to say kitchen there.
I thought your melting point was higher. Honest.
Damn.
What did you think was going to happen?
See, they were allowed to go like crazy
Looks like your resistance has evaporated.
sassy, I feel like, in this version of Lux versus the
Sorry,
regular
but
one.
You got me steamed.
You got me steamed.
I suppose we all know your boiling point now.
Now they're just making these combinations of two elements and trying to make funny
I'm
puns.
just getting warmed up.
Yeah, like come on, what are we doing here?
The flames consume all.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they wanted to be cremated.
Dang.
Only
okay.
you can prevent forest fires.
Oh, come on. These are so good.
This whole place is a funeral pyre.
Stop. Riot, what have you done with these voice lines?
If I seem standoffish, it's because I've been burned before.
What are these? Dude, every single voice line is a pun or something. It's
Don't
wild.
make me put down this staff and punch you in the face.
Dude, okay, I love these. These are great.
Am I the only one warding?
The fire version of her is fiery.
No
Haha.
one else will. I love what I've
Nature.
grown into.
Okay. Grown into. Come
Natural
on.
selection at work.
Natural.
Spring incarnate.
Okay, I feel like towards the end though, I'm gonna be like kind of sick of the
Time to
puns.
go
We'll see.
green.
Time to go green.
Nature.
Nature.
The seeds of potential have blossomed.
Oh, stop.
I feel my power blooming.
Stop it, Riot. All
The
right.
land reclaims what is built upon it.
So far, I think I like the air form
To
maybe the
everything there
best.
is a
Maybe
season.
fire. To everything, there's a season.
Enrich the earth.
Okay.
Life flourishes all around. And
Yeah,
you
these are
insist
all-
on dying?
And you insist on dying. Is this one gonna
What
be
a
sassy?
sap.
Okay, stop.
Thanks. I was feeling parched.
This is ridiculous.
You only fueled my growth.
There's only so many you can do,
The circle of life.
but they're doing all of them.
Look what you made me do.
Look what you. Oh, wait. What
Death
song is that?
Just another stage of life.
Death is just another stage of life. That's
Good
true
place
though.
to plant a ward.
Okay, this one's less sassy, the nature
I
version.
should probably keep an eye on these shrubs.
Yeah, she's more like, yeah, relax.
teardrop
Okay,
to a
water.
torrent.
You dropped a torrent. Ooh, I like the water one.
The
Water one's
tide
cool.
Turns.
Stop. These are getting ridiculous.
Refreshing.
Like I love it, but
One.
like also I'm like, come on.
Drink it all in.
Oh, God.
A drop in the bucket.
Okay, come on, dude.
Your lifeblood ebbs.
This is ridiculous.
Blue's a good color on you.
Okay. Oh, thank you. I don't
I
think it
guess
is.
that doused your flame.
Wow.
You're just no match for me.
Kill me these puns. Thank you, editor. I'm the same way, dude.
Didn't even break a sweat.
These are getting ridiculous.
To be frozen is to be unyielding.
To be unyielding.
You're still made of water, you know.
Right. It's true.
So easily washed away.
Washed up. Don't say washed up.
Wipe out.
That was a crazy girl laugh. I agree.
Wash it all away.
Wash it all away.
Danger. No lifeguard on duty.
Stop. Riot.
Guess I'm
gonna.
the lifeguard.
Guess I'm the lifeguard.
I must weather the storm.
Storm. Ooh. Why she got this Yu-Gi-Oh haircut
Can you
though?
feel it? A storm approaches.
Okay. I do like it though.
Dark clouds on the horizon.
Storm. What kind of puns are we gonna get this time?
This storm has been building within me.
Mm-hmm.
My arc's complete.
My arc's complete.
There's a storm brewing.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
By the time you hear it, it's too late.
Okay, I like that one. That one didn't
Extra
bother me.
Crispy. The same thing that happens to everything else. Sailor, take warning.
Killing a pirate. They have them for pirates? You gotta be
Batten
kidding
down the
me.
hatches.
You gotta be kidding. They made Storm Element
The
with
thing
pirates.
about
That's
lightning
ridiculous.
is, it forks.
Okay, no. Whoever wrote that, no. Stop. No.
Metal armor, weapons, skin. What did you expect?
Okay, that one's fine. That one doesn't bother me.
Lightning strikes.
Okay, sure.
Better keep a weather eye out.
Better keep, yeah.
Don't be shocked when I spot you.
Stop. All right.
When stone
Evolving
melts,
to
I am
magma.
born.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, I like the magma one.
Born of earth and flame.
Yeah, she looks really cool.
I can feel the power erupting.
Okay, so far these aren't bothering me, the magma ones, the puns or whatever.
Power seethes just beneath the surface.
These all just kind of make sense.
Magma.
All right, what do we got?
Buried in lava.
Okay.
Reduced to ash.
Well, okay, that one works.
Smells like barbecue.
You could have used that on the fire one too, but.
Clearly magma trumps ice.
All right, see, yeah, magma's a little hard to do a
Did
pun
you
for.
really just try to attack lava with frozen water?
Yeah, it's definitely a much
Looks
harder.
like your resistance has evaporated.
Stop, that one kind of was good.
Sorry, but you got me steamed. Boiled
I
alive.
can't. Boiled alive, no.
Nothing left to bury.
Mm-hmm.
It's the smell that gets me.
Ooh.
Every time.
Yeah, ooh. Stinky flesh.
Only hollows in the rock remain.
Uh-huh.
If I must.
All right, a little sass from magma for him.
Just sink this in the molten stone. There.
Okay.
Do
Mystic.
you believe in magic?
Ooh, okay, just like a magic
This is a
version,
dream come true.
I guess. Mystic. What are they gonna do?
Sleeping is waking, and waking sleep.
What are they gonna do for puns on this one?
So many secrets.
It's not really an
all
element,
the time in the world.
you know. Going with like dreamy,
I have a
mystic.
delightful feeling about this.
Okay, like fairy kind of
All this time I've been dreaming. Time to wake
dreams.
up.
Okay, it's like dreaming and sleeping and stuff. Okay,
Mystic.
what do we got?
This brings me no joy.
Okay.
Dream no more.
Dream no more. Oh, the music went away.
Go back to sleep.
Oh, Lux trying to put me to sleep.
Your circle has been broken.
Yeah, see, this I'm okay with. There aren't any crazy puns yet.
Some dreams must die.
All right.
The butterfly effect.
That's kind of on the nose, but sure.
I'm always watching.
Okay.
My butterfly spies are too busy. This works just as well.
Butterfly spies. Okay. See, that one wasn't bad. That one didn't make me
Winter
lose my
is
mind.
coming.
Uh-oh, ice. Winter is coming. Yeah. All right. Game of
Cold
Thrones.
suits me.
These, I feel like we're going to have some puns again.
Cold move.
Cold move. Stop.
I feel a chill coming on. Ice.
All right, what do we got now?
Flawless.
Flawless. Okay. Fine with that.
I don't see their breath anymore.
Okay, that one works. I get it.
Frozen solid.
Okay, I get it. It's not, you know, It's not irking me yet.
Best served cold.
Okay, that one's irking me a little bit, but it's okay.
Cooled your jets. A frozen flame.
Oh, okay, that one works. That one's cool.
This is where rashness gets you.
Rashness.
The dead of winter.
Yeah, that one works. I like it.
Cold but necessary.
Uh-huh.
Just like going to sleep.
Okay, so far these puns aren't, yeah. I'm not wanting to die inside.
You tread on thin ice.
Stop. That one is. It was good, though. That was a good one.
Good thing the ground's not frozen.
Uh-huh.
Yet.
Stop.
Easy
Okay.
to spot things against the white.
Okay. All right. Not so bad. Ice ones weren't, you know,
Fade
that
in
bad.
the light.
All right. Light form. Okay.
That wasn't very bright.
We didn't see the evolution there.
Did someone mistake my sunny disposition for weakness?
Okay, now we're getting light and sunny ones.
Dark can only exist in my absence.
And there's the same thing about like shadows again.
Inevitable, really. You really brought that on yourself.
This one's pretty sassy though.
A prism has no problem splitting its focus.
A prism has no problem splitting its focus.
Light strikes everywhere at once.
That makes sense. That's
I
true.
can see where that might be disheartening.
Okay. This is
You
against a
should
dark
really
element.
lighten up.
Stop. That's hilarious.
Scurry back to the shadows.
Okay. These are really good. I'm complaining,
I'll
but they're
drag you
really
kicking
good.
and screaming into the light,
Like, the puns are just killing me. There's too many.
lighting the way.
Yeah, like that. Even that.
Banish the shadows.
They're very good, though. All right, nice. Oh, dark version. Cool. I like this. Oh, I like the dark
The
version.
absence of light.
The skin, anyway.
Darkness, serve me.
These are cool voice lines.
What have I done?
What have I done? Ooh.
The horror. The horror.
Okay.
I am a reflection in the dark.
Cool.
We began in the dark. We end in the dark.
Interesting.
Close your eyes. Forever.
Forever. The pause there.
Fade to black.
I like that one, but it's getting on the level of pun.
Knife arms. Ridiculous.
Oh, that was a grab at Nocturne.
The dark devours all.
That's a cool one.
Into the abyss.
So far, these are definitely probably the best voice lines for her. I don't know about the other ones,
How much
but
more dark
you guys let
could
me
it
know.
be? None. None more dark.
Okay.
Darkness doesn't hinder me.
Okay.
Hiding in shadow will do them no good.
Right. She'll find you anyway. Cool. Is that it? All right. Let's talk about these, and then let's just talk about Lux overall, guys. Okay, so yeah, the Elementalist Lux special interactions, I'm very glad we picked watching this one. You know, especially not having regular voice lines for her or more regular special interactions for regular Lux. You know, and I get it. You know, the older champions in League, 13 years old is how old Lux is. It just, yeah, it makes sense that they focus more on doing voice lines for like these other skins to make you purchase the skins. And it's totally fine with me. Elementalist Lux, you know, when we were looking at the skins, it is one of my favorites. And of course, I can see why. And, you know, having this many voice lines, I can see why it's also the 3200 RP to get this. These were fantastic voice lines. Don't get me wrong. The puns were killing me, but they were good. That's why they were killing me. You know what I mean? Like, I can only take so many puns before I'm just like over it. But they were still very good. And I'm glad that they at least have these voice lines in the game for Lux if you have this skin, because, you know, 3 minutes worth of interactions on just the regular Lux kind of sucks. But yeah, I'm very glad we do have these additional voice lines. These were fantastic. And for this skin, it does make sense that she doesn't have specific interactions with like specific people or anything like that. It's just better to do these puns overall. It was cool that they made like specific interactions with elements of other champions. That was very clever and I think very creative for the Riot team. And again, me hating on the puns was basically me kind of applauding whoever wrote these because they were very, very funny and very good. So yeah, I applaud the Riot team for making these voice lines for Elementalist Lux. So guys, Lux was a fun reaction. This was a good time. I think she's one of the oldest champions. I'm sure there's tons of you that enjoy Lux in game and like her canon and her lore and all that. So I think this was a good one to do, especially with the whole Lux being a magician or, a magic user in Demacia. There's that whole idea going on. And then there's like the whole war with Silas. There's this whole thing that I think the story here could continue for a very long time, and Riot could do something with this story and have like maybe a big, huge war, something like that they could use maybe in the MMO later down the road, or maybe they'll do something here soon. I would love to see more of Lux. I know we had the Warrior cinematic, which was fantastic when I first watched it. And that's actually one of my favorite, yearly cinematics from League of Legends. But I would love to see them do more with Lux. I don't know. She even has a comic. So Lux is definitely one of their more popular champions, it seems like. If they're doing a comic, they're putting her in a huge cinematic. There's like 20 skins. There's a lot to Lux. And I'm glad that they're continuing to put stuff out for her. And hopefully we'll get some more content and some more lore with her soon. Now, Lux isn't somebody that we're obviously going to see in Arcane or anything like that because she's over in Demacia, unless for some reason Arcane starts delving outside of Piltover and Zaun, but I highly doubt that. But in terms of seeing Lux in the future and see where they go in the future, maybe Lux will eventually leave Demacia, but I don't know, right? Like, she seems very sticking with her people in Demacia and wanting to help Demacians. I think her overall goal would actually be to change the overall thought of Demacians on what they think of mages, right? If anybody were to do it, it would be a crown guard, a noble person of Demacia who is a magic user, to convince people otherwise. But I do feel like Demacians are probably very stubborn in their ways. It's almost like boomers in the real world, I would say. But like, yeah, it's very much like, I feel like these people are going to be very stuck in their ways. But if anybody's going to change their mind, I could see Lux doing it. I don't know how she would, especially when we have Silas, a magic user, trying to, kill Demacians and get back at them for what they done to him and the other, the magic people. So, you know what I mean? I don't know what she could do, but I think overall, she very much does want to convince Demacians to change their mind about her people, right? Other than that, though, guys, I think that's gonna do it for Lux. We did learn quite a bit about Lux, and I'm looking forward to doing a reaction on Garen and Galio in the future, just to see, learn a little bit more insight about those champions as well. Especially Galio, he's a little bit of a mystery to me. Garen, I pretty much kind of already know Garen based on like everything else, but I'm sure there might be a little bit more we can learn about him. But guys, thanks again for watching the reaction. I appreciate it. Please leave a thumbs up on the video. It does help other people see the video, and consider subscribing to the channel if you don't already. We have a bunch of other League of Legends reactions you can take a look at. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.